Hey guys, I just wanted to reach out to you and let you know that Surewinder is still selling amazing products. Some of you guys have been dragging your feet for whatever reason. If your shoulder hurts, do not waste time. Pull the trigger. I just bought 4 or 5 of them, and we had 2 guys out. You know how much it cost me to pay for 2 guys being out with bad shoulders? We just pulled the trigger and we said, listen, everybody's going to have one on a truck. It's mandatory. You got to use it. Don't hesitate. Don't wait till your guys go down. It's going to cost you more. Buy a Surewinder.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the club. We are going to continue our presentation on field service management software. So while I get my screen arranged here, I'm going to talk about the things that are most important to me and what I think this software should have when we choose the company. So this is kind of like high overview of the funnel that I'm going through with everyone. So number one, obviously scheduling and dispatching, but there's certain things that I want in that. People make a big deal about the drag and drop. It's not a huge deal for me, but without it, I can see how that causes some issue. I like the real-time tracking updates of my guys. And then just being able to see availability and locate based on skill set, because I think that's going to be the foundation for easy scheduling. But that's pretty much a give me. Every software has all those features. Now, let's talk about the mobile app for the field guys. This app needs to be super mobile friendly, yet extremely robust. So you have people who are not great with devices, technology out in the field, who are phenomenal with their hands and fixing doors. And you want to try to make this as simple as humanly possible. You want to have offline functionality because a lot of times we're going into areas with low or poor connectivity issues. And then GPS tracking for location updates, I think, is really important with the mobile app. The software as a whole on the mobile app, I really think that one of the best things that ServiceTitan ever did was create like what's called a present mode. Being able to present a menu. They didn't create the menu. That's been around forever before me. However, they do a really good job of presenting it so that you can literally hand an iPad to a customer and let them see it. So I love that for that very reason. So I like being able to present your products and services to your customers so they can digest it. Not everyone is going to take in all of that information verbally and be able to keep it clear and make a good decision for them. And what happens when there's not clarity? People tend to delay. All right. So next one is customer management software. So like having a CRM built into it. Now, we talk about this a lot on this channel and how this is where I feel like we really dropped the ball in the field service management software. So having a centralized customer database with service history, notes, and communication logs is pretty standard stuff, and everyone has that. Where we really have some challenges is, as a business owner, we can end up in 10 different places communicating with our customers. Now, that's not efficient, nor is it effective. We are in garages sometimes or working with our people in meetings now, and then we forget, like, how did that person message me? Right now, for me, I have 4 Facebook pages. I have Instagram pages. I have website leads. I have leads from other places, lead gen tools. We get text alerts, we get phone calls. I get emails to my personal email. We get emails to our sales email. We get, by the time you forget that it came in and then you remember it. You've forgotten where it came in at, and you're checking all these different places, trying to hunt down your lead. Why wouldn't all of your leads go into one centralized place where everything can be managed all at one time? This way, it can be assigned to your CSRs. Your CSRs can follow up on it. It can track close rate, response time, everything. I don't understand why that's not a standard function of every single software. And there's like variations, but we're all paying like these third party services to do this for us when in reality, it should all be done by our software. So let's talk about pipeline management. We also see a situation where most of these software do not allow you to have pipeline. What is a pipeline? So a pipeline is historically different stages that your prospects are in before they close. Now, I've spoken about this before, and we currently use Monday.com for this because ServiceTitan doesn't have this feature. Although they say they cater to the biggest companies in the industry or home services, I don't think that's true. I think most people leave them once they get to a certain size because they don't have some of this like very standard stuff that like ERPs have. And I've been in sales and sales management since I was 20 years old, 19, 20 years old, and a little bit before that unofficially. But what I will say is pipeline management is critical to your business. Like, I don't know how people run sales departments without it, like, or run their company without it. I think that in order to know what you've got, you have to watch your pipeline management. So, for example, if we know that our closing rate is X and the average time to close is X, then we know we only have a certain amount of time every time we provide a quote to close those jobs. We also can pull a report now that tells us what we're expected to close in dollar value by the end of March, closing out Q1, and potentially what we have rolling into Q2. It's very helpful when you know roughly what you're going to close in dollar amount for garage doors. I just don't see how we run our business without it. So pipelines are super important when it comes to sales and sales projections. And without sales projections, you can't truly run your company the way that you should. And it baffles me that we don't have that. We don't have that, to my knowledge. I will dig into reports in ServiceTitan. I'm going to pull ServiceTitan up real quick and do pipeline. Okay, so we do have a pipeline report in ServiceTitan, so forgive me. I'm going to pull this up and see what this looks like. It's kind of funky though, like I'm having to put dates in here, so I'm not sure if this is like I'm able to. Yeah, this isn't really what I'm thinking. It's really just won and lost. I need different stages. I need to be able to see at what stage it's at. Have we quoted it yet? You know, we have different stages, and I want to be able to see that. So moving on.
Hey guys, I found something that changed my business and I want to share it with you. We've created packages that have included some of the best products in our industry to offer our service customers. The heart of that package is Stealth Hardware Kit. Stealth Hardware is the quietest hinges on the market. I challenge you to buy at least one of these, test it for yourself. Put it on your truck and design a quiet performance package for your customers willing to pay for a better, smoother running door. Buy your Stealth Hardware Kit at Service Spring, do a search for quiet hinge, and then buy that. You can buy a double or single door, 7 or 8 foot tall, and promise you, it'll change your service forever.
Somer USA and Somer Group want to thank you for an incredible year and the trust you put in them and their products. As you know, Somer places high value on relationships, education, customer service, innovation, and professionalism. And they are grateful to you for your part in the fostering and dissemination of these values. If there is any way Somer can support you in your journey, whether through their products, the values they hold to, or the knowledge Somer has gained through interaction with door dealers across the world, please reach out to the team at your convenience. They are here to serve you. Again, thank you from the entire Somer team. Check them out at somerusa.com. Tell them Ryan sent you.
I want to be able to target our database with drip campaigns and not have to pay $1,500, $1,600 more to accomplish that. There's no scenario in which you should have to pay $1,600 to email your database. I'm sorry. That not a thing, I don't think. But it's an opportunity for them, so they charge us for it. Number 5, or actually this isn't number 5, I've added some in here in the middle. Inventory and parts management with PO system tied into it. I really feel like we missed the boat on this with field service management software. When we don't have inventory and parts management and PO system all tied in together and working properly, like we can't do job costing. So that's a thing. Every software should be doing job costing. Like, how do we know how much we're making per job if we don't have a PO system and there's not an inventory or parts management? I don't know. So I would like to be able to track inventory levels in real time and auto replenish parts as needed. Associate parts with work orders to streamline operations. Integrate with suppliers for direct orders. Would be great. Project management. This is something, again, our software, in most cases in the garage door industry or home services, does not provide. But there's so much that goes on between the sale and the installation of this equipment. And we a lot of times act like this stuff is, we have to manage it outside. Again, we're using monday.com. And then we also have communication for updates through monday.com. But it really shouldn't be like that. Project management should be built into the software. I don't think that's overly complicated. It plays a lot like a pipeline report. You have different stages. You can have communication based on the stages. I don't know. Seems like simple solutions. Next is communication. I like text and email notifications going out to our customers to notify them that we're coming. I love the picture and the above and beyond, the little extras that we have in ServiceTitan when it comes to this. Now everybody pretty much does it. So that's pretty standard stuff. Reporting and analytics. I would love to set up KPI tracking and get those for each department by each person. Financial reports. I'd love profit per job, profit by department, revenue trends, things like that. Include in that notifications on trends. If a trend happens for 5 days straight, notify me. Customizable dashboards and actionable insights are pretty strict standard stuff for most software. So we're moving on. Invoicing and payment processing. When this is a sore subject for me, because when we signed up with ServiceTitan, we were told that once we get to a certain amount, excuse me, guys, I gotta get my headphones. Can you hear me? Yeah, y'all can hear me, but my headphones went out. I apologize. When we get to a certain amount, dollar-wise, we can negotiate a lower rate. So we got significantly higher, and I reached out to them and they said no. And they're charging us an astronomical amount. Like I can cut it in half going anywhere else. And ServiceTitan also takes a percentage of every transaction as if the monthly wasn't enough. And so that to me is just very frustrating. I feel like at every turn we're being nickel and dimed, and I don't want that. We already don't need to be paying a ton of money in payment processing. It is one of those things that go straight to the bottom line and eat you up. And the fact that I'm paying a premium for software that should have a lot of this stuff included, but then they also add on to my payment processing percentage and also won't negotiate my rate down is unacceptable. So this platform should also have generating invoices automatically upon job completion, accept multiple payment methods, and then integrate with our accounting software for streamlined financial management. And I think that should be two-way, not just one way. But here we go. Moving on to the next, workflow automation and AI assistance. You can automate routine tasks for job assignments, reminders, and follow-ups. You can have like an AI-driven chatbot for virtual assistants. For customer queries, you can do AI-powered job recommendations for technician performance analysis. So much stuff. Lead response through AI, so that's immediate and not, minutes, hours, whatever, from the time the lead comes in. And then lastly, I like scalability and customization. Custom fields, I think, are really important. But being able to grow the business so that you don't outgrow the software, I think is really important. And most of that's going to be found in the areas of being able to create multiple departments, multiple locations, with like maybe slightly different workflows. And going back to one other thing, we need flexible billing, invoice and payment processing. We need to be able to bill, like when we're in a commercial department, you may bill like 50% up front, 40% upon completion, and then 10% retainage. So we need to have that incremental billing ability without it causing a bunch of issues. So that is really it today. I will say, like, customer service should be standard when it comes to this stuff. But long story short, I really am excited. I've got some more demos lined up. I'm having a hard time with some of these software scheduling, like getting them to do a demo for me. I will say that a few have been great and the rest have been really rough. I will also give a shout out to Anna with ServiceTitan, who has been a godsend. She is trying really hard to keep my business, which I do appreciate. Thank you, Anna. And I want to say that when it comes to ServiceTitan, I do believe Anna is a great employee, cares deeply, but some of the fundamental things that I do believe that the software should have, and literally some of the software that is more than or less than half the price, they have these things, and ServiceTitan doesn't. So I think we've all been duped a little bit with the ServiceTitan thing, in my opinion. I think that they have a good, well-working software, and that's not enough because others have that too. And so I just think that things are catching up, and they will continue to catch up. And I wish the best for ServiceTitan. I don't hate them. I am just a little bit frustrated at myself for paying a premium for something that falls short. And there's other software out there that is better. I believe, from what I'm seeing, and also significantly cheaper. So with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Be blessed, and we'll chat with you later.